Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks so much for stopping by today. Today I am participating in a challenge slash hop, and the theme is to shop your stash. So it was a challenge, and the challenge was to use washi tape. The colors hot pink and teal. The theme is summer and pattern paper. And since this is a hashtag driven hop and not a link hop, if you go ahead and click on the hashtag in the description below, it will pull up everybody that's participating in the hop. There could be giveaways on each channel. It just depends on the channel, but I do know that Nancy May, who has organized the hop, is having a giveaway, and I will have information for the deadline for that giveaway listed below. But basically it is like most giveaways, leave a comment and a random winner will be chosen from across all the channels. And so I went ahead and I pulled out a few of the supplies that I was going to need for this challenge. I knew I wanted to do a surfboard card, and I thought I had some surfboard paper in my stash, and luckily I found this. I've cleaned out so much 12 by 12 paper over the last year or two that I'm kind of dwindling down because I don't use it too much, but this came in super handy. And so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this piece down. I will fussy cut those surfboards out, and then I have this other piece of the paper, and I'm cutting this piece down to a 4 by 5, and I wanted that kind of cursive lettering on the background because I just love the way that that looks, and so I wanted to make sure that I kept that for my card panel. And originally what I wanted to do was, or what I was going to do was, I was going to mat this piece on a pink piece of paper, and I decided I didn't really want that, so I ended up changing it for the final project. And I also really wanted to use the stencil because I think it's really pretty, and I do use it really subtly on the card here, and I'll show you that in a minute or so. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that paper with the surfboards on it and choose several that I think might work on the card. I end up using 2 of the surfboards for the final project. So I'm just fussy cutting those out using my cutter bee scissors. And then for the sentiment, I needed to incorporate that hot pink color into my card still. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that by using it for the sentiment strip. And I am going to white emboss that, so I am using some white pigment ink as well as some white fine detail embossing powder. And I'm using the white pigment ink instead of a watermark ink for this because I think it gives a better final result. I know previously for me, when I would use watermark and any embossing powder really, I would have kind of like the little splotchy areas or the areas that didn't look like they were completely covered with embossing powder, and this way you can't really tell because you have the white pigment ink and then you're putting the white embossing powder on top of it. So I think it gives a better end result and kind of a cleaner looking stamped image. And next I'm using a die from my stash to kind of make a fishtail for that sentiment, and it's got a little bit of stitching on it. And so next, like I said, I really wanted to use that stencil, and so I'm using a piece of vellum that is very lightly tinted pink, and I'm going to take that stencil and this Wendy Vecchi Make Art garden patina and just put a little bit of that stencil around the edges. You can't really tell what the stencil is on the vellum because I'm going to be covering most of it up with that piece of pattern paper, but I just wanted a little bit of that teal color in the background of the card, and that is one of the challenge criteria, is to use teal. And then I'm going to take that same garden patina and just add a little bit of detail to the surfboards, and I will do the same to the other surfboards. This is garden patina, and then I'm using the tiger lily color from the Wendy Vecchi ink line as well. And then another one of the challenge criteria was to use washi tape. And I had this washi tape in my stash that fit perfectly with the color palette of this pattern paper and the surfboard, so it worked out perfectly. And I'm just going to take that washi tape and add it to that surfboard, and then I'm going to take my sand eraser and erase the washi tape. And this is going to lighten the washi tape up a little bit and make it look a little more weathered so it matches kind of the surfboard. And then I'm going to use my distresser tool to distress the edges of this piece of pattern paper, and then I'm going to take that piece of pattern paper and adhere it to the top of the vellum. And if I didn't already mention, the theme of this hop is summer, and for us here in Arizona, summer is not so pleasant sometimes, but this year it's been, to me anyhow, it seems like it's been unusually hot. And I think today it was 118 maybe, which I'm pretty used to. It is still hot. I feel like it's still hot, but like I've been here for almost 40 years, and so it's not as bad as somebody that's not used to it. But like they say, it is a dry heat, and I would rather live in a dry heat than the humidity. I just don't know how people do that. But so how's the weather in your neck of the woods? Leave a comment below and let me know. I would love to hear how you're doing this summer. So I went ahead and I attached all of my layers to a card panel, and the surfboard I went ahead and adhered, and I am taking a brush and brushing on some of the Nouveau Crystal Glaze. You can use a matte medium for this. You can use Mod Podge. I just wanted to give the surfboard a little bit of a shine, and so that is what I had handy and close to me, so that's what I used. And then I'm going to grab this set of Prima die cuts and flowers, and it was a collection that I bought about a year or so ago, and I had used a few of the pieces for a project I was working on, and this fit perfectly with this theme and the color palette as well. So I got super lucky on shopping my stash in my craft room for this challenge, because everything seemed to work out really well, so I was super happy about that. And I'm just going to finish the card off by attaching all my die cut pieces and then adding a few little embellishments. And that will finish off this card. I really enjoyed using items from my stash and just kind of challenging myself to find things in my craft room that I didn't need to purchase or that weren't brand new. So if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, please go ahead and leave a comment below and let me know. And as a reminder, if you click on that hashtag below, you will be able to see who else is participating in this hop. As always, if you like this video or found it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And thanks so much for stopping by today, and I hope to see you soon.